Hey, 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 secondhand soul fans. It's me, your friendly neighborhood soul man, Lyle Dynamite Miller. And I'm here with.
Kathy Fern.
And the sax man, Dave Drower. What's up?
What's
How
up,
are you
everybody?
guys? Oh my God.
Hey, hey, how we doing? And we're here at our ninth edition of the Secondhand Soul
Yay!
Band Show. Is that right,
Hey,
everybody? All right, all
number
right. Y'all still with
nine,
me?
number nine, number
Number nine,
nine.
nine, nine, nine. Y'all still with me? Are you still with me? Are we still hanging tight? We got a
Yeah.
great, great show for you today. Let's go over the rundown here. We got our show somewhere. We're going to go over some venue news. We got to talk about some big events, very big, because they're the only two hits we're going to do for the whole entire rest of 2020.
Wait.
Um, and then we got Soul Lives On. We're going to do a tribute to a very special artist that's not here anymore on the planet Earth, that is. And then we got for over underrated. Think of the biggest star that you could think of. Over underrated. And then we got stars you never heard of. You'll never guess either one of these, but they're going to be some big stars, some big names. And also, we got a performance, a special secondhand soul band performance that we're going to have at the end of the show. And as always, we got our Q&A and we have our comment section. So if you guys have any comments or any questions for us or any suggestions about things we could talk about that you'd like to hear about, put them down there in the comment section on Facebook. And if you're watching on our YouTube channel, you can add comments there as well. You guys make sure you go on the YouTube channel and subscribe. We need subscribers. We need views to pick this stuff up. We can't play as much as we want to, but we still want to be out in front of you. So make sure you share this page with all your friends. All right, you ready to get started out there?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, let's do it.
So, yeah, Dave, venue news.
Here we go.
Well, everybody, we've got not one, but two whole gigs to tell you about. And I want to be thankful, but man, last year we had 64 gigs all year. And this year we are on track to break 11. But we're going to come from a place of gratitude. We're really happy that we have these gigs. Next Tuesday, August 11th at the Northbrook Park District. Now remember, this is special circumstances, so got to follow the instructions in order to attend. It's pre-registration. Got to go online. I'll share the link with you in a minute. And you have to wear a mask to be there. Even though it's outside, they're still requiring it. They'll have indoor bathrooms available. Bring your own chair or blanket. It's actually at the Northbrook Park District Velodrome, which I had to look that up. I didn't know what the heck that was. It's a bicycle track, and the concert's going to be happening basically on a big track. It looks kind of like sort of like a horse track design, but it's for bicycles. So you guys will be sitting in the middle, and we'll be on a stage at one end, and everybody will be directed to spread out and go to the Northbrook Park District website. And you have to create an account. It's just, free thing. And they will not take any registrations on the day of the event. So it's a free event, but you got to register. It's at 1479 Maple Avenue in Northbrook. And that is August 11th. And we play from 7:15 to 8:45. So you got to get there early, find the parking, get in there, all that stuff. So we'd love to see you guys. Then we've got another one the same week, 2 gigs in 1 week. Woo! Thursday, August 13th in the St. Charles Park District. And this one is a drive-in concert. So we're really happy to be doing this. It is $5, cheap. Buy the tickets online. And it is, again, registration is required. And you have to be registered by 4 p.m. the day of the concert. But they have been selling out and they might already even be sold out. So get online right away if you want to go to this one. You'll get 2 parking spaces for your $5, one to park in, the other one to spread out and enjoy your concert. You can bring your blankets or lawn chairs or picnic baskets or beverages. And there is no shade, by the way, and it's on a blacktop. You cannot bring any pop-up tents. They'll have some on-site concessions. And we'll be staged in the center of Otter Cove Aquatic Park at the north end of the parking lot. So, again, you all have to stay 6 feet apart. Bring your sanitizer and your masks and bring all your garbage in and out with you. So starts at 6 o'clock to let cars in to get settled, find your spot, do a little pre-gaming, and we will be on stage at 7. So we're so excited for this too. So we can't wait, you guys.
All right.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'll tell you that.
Oh, and all the information's on our Facebook page as far as the links to register and all that stuff. So Facebook, go to Facebook.
Yep.
All right. Don't we have something brand new coming up now?
We do.
All right. We got a new segment here.
All right. Let's check it out.
Soul lives on. Yeah, yeah. We don't have music for it yet, so I just sang the
That was
words.
perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so this is about Bill Withers. You know, we're talking about some people that we lost this year, unfortunately, and Bill Withers was one of them. He was 81 when he passed in March. He was born in 1938, and he had, of course, Ain't No Sunshine, Grandma's Hands, tons of great songs. He won 3 Grammy Awards, nominated for 6 more. They did a great documentary on him called Still Bill. I watched it last night. It was fantastic. I love doing my research for this show. It's so much fun. It's nice to have the time to do it. Went into the Songwriters Hall of Fame, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and then 2 of his songs were in the Grammy Hall of Fame. I didn't know that was a thing. So, and he got his start late in life. He was the youngest of 6 kids, and all of his family were coal miners. He's from West Virginia, and he had a stutter when he was real young. Raised by his mom and his mom's family. He was in the Navy, and then during the time he was in the Navy is when he became interested in music and writing songs. And when he left the Navy, he started working as an assembler, apparently installing toilets on airplanes. And so used his own money to record demos and shop them around himself. And even when he debuted his song, Ain't No Sunshine, which we all know now is a big hit, he refused to resign from his job because he believed the music business was a fickle industry. And Lyle, you could speak to this. He seemed to have a little bit of a chip on his shoulder and a little bit of, I don't know, crabby old man.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Bill did things his way. And, I guess after a while, you just decide to stop following rules that don't make sense to you. And I'm going to say he was right. I mean, Bill, he marched to the beat of his own drummer, and he got in when he wanted to, and he got out when he wanted to. Bill was installing toilets on 747s when his record hit, and they were like, "Hey man, we're in there. We made it. Let's go. Let's get on the tour." And he's like, "I got a job. What are y'all talking about?" I'm working on the airplanes. Are you nuts? That was a very coveted job back then. For a black man in the 60s, that was a coveted job for him.
He was 32 at that time. So.
And he was 32. So it's like, what do you mean go be a rock and roll stuff? The hell are you talking about? So yeah, so I totally get that where it was coming from. But then he did it and was, the talent, you couldn't hide the talent. And then when he was ready to get out, just got out.
He did. He just left it behind. He said he never had any regrets. He got annoyed with the whole, music industry and said, "I'm done." And he left in 1985. And that was it.
I mean, it's just
a few things after that, but not much.
Like, you go out, there's this arena full of people that are screaming, "Bill, Bill." He gets off the stage. I'm tired of these people.
Right. Getting on my last nerve.
Why is it so loud all the time? So I get it. Here's some fun facts here I found on Bill Withers. So like we already talked about the job that he had installing toilets on the 747s. Lean on Me was a hit all over again in a pop reggae version by Club Nouveau in 1987.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's so funny about that to me is that the original version of Lean on Me is still lives on. That's the one they play. They don't play Club Nouveau. And I remember I grew up on the Club Nouveau version, and I thought that was the original.
I did too.
Yeah. In 1974, Withers performed during the legendary Rumble in the Jungle boxing match between Ali and Foreman. That's some legendary stuff. And interesting too to sing before a fight.
That's kind of a weird pairing, but we've heard of weird pairings before. People that are planning it don't always get it.
Yeah, that's true.
To speak to Bill's point.
Like, well, can you just come do a couple of songs and I'll beat the hell out of this guy? It'll be a great night. The songs have been sampled by popular modern acts such as Akon, Jay-Z, and Kanye West. And as Kathy said, Withers won 3 Grammy Awards throughout his career in 71, 81, and 87. 16 years apart. Can you believe that?
That is far, yeah.
87? They probably gave him a Grammy for Lean on Me.
Oh, after the fact.
Yeah, because the Club Nouveau brought it back out. That's his Grammy too. He wrote the song.
Yeah. That's an interesting guy.
Left us a lot of great music.
Yeah, he really did. I mean, any song by him comes on, I gotta listen. It's I even turn my kids onto it, and they're 17 and 19, so I'm raising them right.
Yeah, Yeah, easy singer too. Always sounded like he was speaking to you, and he crafted his songs in a way that he would be able to pull them off at any age. You hear a lot of guys, they write these tunes, they're screaming,
Yeah.
and then they got to lower the key the next time.
Exactly.
Like, you did Aretha Franklin.
Yeah. Hello.
But
Yep.
yeah, that's another story. We'll tell you about that later.
Yeah,
But
that's another show.
Yeah, but yeah, here's to Bill Withers. Rest
Cheers
in paradise.
to Bill Withers. Yeah.
And
Did it his way.
Yeah, I love the guy. I love the guy. I love the guy. He's just, I love it. It's simple. Like, he could do the same verse twice. Like, there's a few songs where he has literally the same verse, and and it's like you would say, oh no, he's just like extending the song out, but no, it's just like still building energy all the way. It's so good. It's the vitamins. I just, I have to listen to him at least one or two tunes every day. But yeah, the reason why his stuff is so timeless, in my opinion, is that it has to do with growing up in life, and it's not time specific. So if we have a COVID-19 song, it's going to be sort of stuck in time. But his lyrics, it's always just about being someone's friend or being somebody's brother or and I don't care what time everyone's gonna have to deal with stuff that has to do with family and love. But yeah. Amazing. So, with no further oh wait, hold up. There was one more thing we had to show for Bill Withers here.
Oh yeah. So I did a reading back in this was probably 2013 at the Black Ensemble Theater, and I played older Bill Withers. That's me on the right side there. I think this is the right side. I don't know if it's inverted. I think you can tell which one I am.
No, that was you.
Yeah, you're on the right side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same thing, more here. That's actually clown makeup there, and I just comb it through my hair, and it turns your hair gray. It looks really authentic, and it makes it look thicker too. The beard wasn't that thick, but when you put the clown makeup in, it gets really thick like that.
Don't give away all the secrets now.
That's cool.
That's what this is for. I'm trying to help you guys. You don't have to spray that crap, and then you end up with a bald spot.
Right.
Clown makeup washes that right out.
All right, I think it's time for everyone's favorite segment.
All right. All right, it's time for Over Underrated, the segment where we discuss, we grab an artist and we discuss whether or not they're overrated, underrated, or if they're getting just the right amount of credit.
That's
and who do we have this week, Dave?
All right, so when we first discussed this segment, before we started the show, there was two artists that we talked about that first night. I don't know if you remember it, but it was Stevie Wonder and it was our artist tonight. Some people know him as the King of Pop. Some people know him as Michael Jackson. He was in the Jackson 5 and he released tons of his own albums. So we're going to talk about the King of Pop today. Right. I think everyone knew it was going to come at some point. We can't have this segment without talking about Michael Jackson, man.
Michael Jackson.
Right. Michael Jackson. And he grew up, what? Hop, skip, and a jump away from here?
Right over in Gary, Indiana.
Right. It's like one of two things that Indiana has a claim over.
Yeah, right.
I don't know the second. Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah, but I mean, for me, this I don't even feel like it's a debate. Michael Jackson is as popular as Michael Jackson is. They don't know him on Mars, so I think he's underrated. I'll start there.
Okay.
He's underrated.
Okay.
As popular as he is, still not popular enough.
Because they don't know him on Mars. Interesting. He
deserves universal notoriety.
And the King
Michael
of Pop
Jackson
doesn't, for real? Are you thinking that he only sold records here in America?
No, I mean, Planet Earth is minuscule. It's too small.
Okay. I'm gonna need some criteria because I gotta say he's overrated, and the reason why he's overrated is his moniker is the king of pop. Like there's nobody better than him. And yes, he's an amazing singer. He's an amazing performer. He's a great writer. I'm not putting anything that he's done down because I think he's amazing. But in the same conversation when we were talking about Stevie Wonder, I don't know, you were a little bit in that now. Yeah. So is it because he's just a performer in the dancing, or
I'll give you some criteria.
Okay.
Now, to be fair, Michael Jackson had Frank DiLeo as his manager, and if you know anything about payola and the radio business, there used to be a thing, and there probably still is a thing, where you could bribe radio stations. They call it independent record promoters now, but you could bribe radio stations,
right,
and they will play your records. Now this
there's no
Michael
radio
Jackson's
anymore.
manager happened to be like he could hand the record to anybody. It was a network. Like there was a network of people. There's a book called Hitmen, and it's about all these guys, and they had a network, and they would, bribe these disc jockeys to get guys famous. So this is why when Thriller came out, you heard every song on the album because he paid them to play everything. You never hear every song on any album on the radio, but you heard everything was a hit on Thriller.
Okay.
And it's because they heard it a trillion times. So that's to be fair.
So they had a mob-like manager, so that makes him needed to be heard on Mars for real.
I mean,
they played every song on the radio, but yeah, people haven't heard him.
Now we talk about the talent. The fact that at like 5-6 years old, he was singing better than most grown people.
Yeah, he's killer. I'm not putting that down.
And
you don't think he gets accolades for this?
Here's the thing that makes him the king of pop. Music television, MTV. MTV came out, and Michael Jackson's videos were so revolutionary.
Right.
They made the channel
They made
exist.
music videos, right. And Thriller, he spent tons of money on all of those.
Thriller,
and
right.
He paid LA Gangs. Right. He's an amazing guy. And the king of pop, I think it has more to do not only with him as an artist, though. Like, what did he do? But he bought a bunch of Beatles rights. Like,
yeah.
So if I think about pop, like the two biggest names is definitely Michael Jackson and the Beatles. Like, nobody did like pop better than those two. And
I think the Beatles were like a British rock group. Michael's the king of pop because pop music, popular music. The genre, I think, was born with him in the music videos and all the stuff that he did. And like everybody wearing jerry curls and everybody wearing those jackets with the diamonds and stuff. Like, who has a trend like that? Like the Beyonce, the Beehive, the hype of the Beehive.
You have to remember we had Kiss last week. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, but Kiss, we didn't have as many people walking around in makeup and stuff as you did in those Michael Jackson jackets. You remember
it was the old school like biker and yes. Okay, continue. Yeah. I'm gonna let you continue.
And then you had every artist
pop is like what? It's like Instagram is that because his style it certainly changed. He has tons of rock and
yeah, that's it. That's the blend. That Michael was like he was every genre all in one, and that was what made him and his influence over every other artist that came out after that.
He's a big name, and I think he had more influence really on how people created a show. Like if we talk about going crazy and performing all out,
right?
And you're doing the splits.
Yeah,
I
never saw him do a split.
He didn't need to, man. He could walk. He could walk backwards, and you just be like, "What?"
Yeah.
It's an amazing show, and anytime, like, come on, Timberlake, Usher, all these guys, they're just minuscule into the craziness. Smooth Criminal, that video is one of the craziest ones in the world.
Smooth Criminal, remember the time,
nails in their shoes, right?
But this choreography,
right? And it was live too. And we talked. I forget the artist, but we were talking about lip syncing, with the NFL and all of these, and how
right.
You guys were like, it's okay if it's the Super Bowl, but that's ridiculous. But Michael Jackson, he would be doing all that stuff, and he would not be lip singing. That would never have happened. No, he was singing it live. So yeah, he was an amazing singer, but I can't say he hasn't gotten all the accolades in the world. Like, he's at the top. How can you say he's underrated? You can't go any higher. But I guess you're looking for Mars. So.
I don't know. It's Michael Jackson. The man, the dude. Like, you know,
that's how I felt. That's how I felt about Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, I guess that's what it is. You know,
that's
it's like
how I feel about him. Right.
You can't emulate Michael Jackson on stage. You just try to get his energy, and even that's hard. But that's really what I take from him. Like, that energy is just like, this is a guy who is totally sacrificing himself for that show every time, and you can tell. And you know, the discipline that he encountered in his young life, I think, went a long way. As bad as it was, it goes a long way.
Oh man, so we're gonna be stuck. I think he doesn't deserve any more accolades, but maybe a little overrated. And the last comment I'm gonna have is I wonder what you're gonna be thinking like 20 years from now about Taylor Swift, because if we're gonna be talking like she might have more Billboard top charts than Michael Jackson by the time she's done, man.
You don't understand. Like,
I understand. I'm not saying she's the queen of anything. Like, I'm saying
it has to be like somebody who created, like, you know,
you have to have more,
whatever the next thing is.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean? Like, whoever kicks that genre off. Like,
this secondhand soul band, man. We're bringing soul back in a fresh new light.
That's
right. When our album drops, it'll be something. It'll be something special. But now it's so much different, dude. The music business is so much different. We can't just pay to be on the radio because nobody listens to the radio.
Right. You got to make videos now.
Right.
And now you really got to make videos because you can't get in front of anybody.
Yes,
I'm going to go with underrated still.
I'm going with overrated.
There's somebody somewhere who
overrated,
and I'm going to tell them who he is. All right,
yes, and this is why we have this segment, because we'll have this argument in the car more than once. It's just like it'll come up when the iPod hits it on shuffle. All right,
it's officially a tie.
All right,
bam.
First split. That's the first real split right now.
Now we do have a new segment and a new. Oh no, we already did that. My bad.
We did that one.
This is not a new segment. This is one we've already done before.
There it is.
But we got a new.
Stars you've never heard of.
of.
We're gonna get sound for all these.
Yeah. So I wanted to call this one "Stars You Never Heard of" in the U.S. because apparently this person is huge in the U.K. and I didn't really realize that. It's Dusty Springfield, and we do a couple of her songs. Son of a Preacher Man. We used to do Am I the Same Girl? And great songs. But I really didn't know, who this person was. I just liked the two songs that I knew of her. So I just did some more research last night, and I watched another documentary called Just Dusty. And she was a huge star. She was amazing. I didn't really understand how amazing her voice was until I saw the breadth of her performances. And she used to do pop and soul and Italian arias and old folk songs, things, everything. So she was a really multifaceted type of an artist. She was born in Ireland, and her name was Mary Isabel Catherine Bernadette O'Brien. I don't think you can get any more Irish than that. And they gave her the nickname of Dusty because she used to be a tomboy and play with the boys in the streets, so she'd get all dusty, and it just stuck. So that was her real name, Dusty Springfield. And she had a 40-year career. It was a mezzo soprano, so not quite a soprano super high, but like on the higher end of the sound. And her voice is so clear and true. Please take a minute to watch some of the videos that we posted on the Facebook page, because I was just in awe of her voice just listening to her. But the coolest thing was she became known pretty much as a blue-eyed soul singer in the UK. She's a member of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and the UK Music Hall of Fame. But she created an image. She was born as a chubby little Irish girl with red hair. And she created an image because she was so shy and needed some kind of persona to basically hide behind. That's what she said in the documentary. So she came up with this big bouffant blonde hairstyle, which turns out to be wigs most of the time. She wore evening gowns and really heavy makeup. And the thing that I really thought was funny is the look that she has. Dave, if you have that picture, like tons of eyeliner. It's that dark, like Adele kind of look that we're used to now. Turns out that became her style because her eyesight was so incredibly bad that she literally had to look in the mirror so long she couldn't even see how much makeup she put on, and she just ended up putting on more and more and more, and it became her signature style.
Wow.
But then just everybody picked it up, and all the 60s, you remember that look. They're all tons and tons of eyeliner. So what else? She also she said creating this persona helped her become get on stage and be comfortable, but she was also then felt restricted by it when she became famous, and then she actually disassociated from it later in her career. She kind of didn't want to be that person anymore, but then she had no choice. She was that person. So she actually comes from the same town that my mom was born in. I thought that was kind of a cool fact. And the other thing about her is that she was such a fan of soul music. She wanted to bring the soul artists to the UK because they were popular over there, but they really weren't allowed to tour, or they didn't have the funds, or they didn't have the resources to get there. So because she became famous and was so impressed with this music, she was on a couple of different TV shows where she was hosting, and they let her do whatever she wanted. And she wanted to bring these bands overseas. So Temptations, Four Tops, almost anybody you can name. That she fell in love with Martha Vandella Martha and the Vandellas. That they were best friends pretty much after they met. She actually even went then to Memphis, Tennessee to record an album. She wanted to get a little more credibility as a soul artist. And then she was actually ranked among one of the greatest albums of all time by Rolling Stone and VH1 polls. So the other thing she did was she used her voice to upend commonly held beliefs on the expression of social identity through music. So she worked with people like Martha Reeves, Carole King, Aretha Franklin, Peggy Lee. And then she also did a tour in South Africa in 1964. And the writer in her contract said she would not play a segregated show. And that was unusual for that time. A lot of artists would go, but they would not really fight back against apartheid. And she insisted she wouldn't play for a segregated show. And she actually got herself deported from South Africa. They tried to keep the band behind and throw them in jail. And she stood up for them and said, nope, I'm not leaving unless you left the entire band on the plane. And there was this tense moment, and they finally allowed the whole band to leave. So she was, really, really stuck up for people, and used her fame for good. So, and they credit her with the growth of the Motown sound in the UK because they had heard the music, but they never really got to see the artist. So people were able to get in touch with, see the artists and become even bigger fans than they were. So they grew their fan base tremendously. So, and unfortunately she died in 1999 of breast cancer at the age of 60, but beloved person, and everybody spoke so well of her, and she was hugely talented. So it was fun learning about her. And I really definitely want to do some more of her songs now.
All
right. Hey, Lyle, you still there, buddy?
Oh yeah.
We gotta skip back because we were so crazy into the King of Pop that we forgot to check our comments, and Colin from the Jam Lab.
Hey, Colin.
Comments and about the King of Pop, and he said, he's not the described King of Pop. There was the media that gave him that moniker. And I love that comment so much because he's proving my point. He's already gotten all the accolades from everybody else. So there's
not enough.
Now if he was the proclaim, like I'm self-proclaimed that I'm the King of Pop, then it'd be different.
He'd never do that. He wouldn't do anything like that. He was way too humble.
All right, it's the
time. We'll tag this on to the end of the video. Part 2, we'll do a part 2.
Thank you, Colin. Thanks, Colin. Always have my back. All right. Maybe it's just my favorite segment. All right. We got a performance coming up. For you guys, this is another snippet that we have from our Antioch show that we did last year, I think it was. Or the year before. Yeah, we were supposed to be there this summer, but it got scheduled for next summer.
Awesome. Everything's been rescheduled. Nothing's been canceled, actually. That's the bright side of all of this.
And anytime we do this song, I think of Ray Charles, underneath the L, the green line over there in Chicago from the Blues Brothers.
Love it. One of my favorite scenes ever.
Yes, amazing. Here we go.
Why did you ask me, baby? Or didn't you think I could?
Yeah, that was a good one there. Time for Q&A. We got any questions out there to answer?
We do have some watchers, though. Yes, we have a bunch of comments, so thank you so much for those comments. I'm checking out the Facebook ones right now.
Hi, Marcia. All right, guys. Well, we got another show.
Yep, we're going to be in double digits soon here.
Yeah. Next show is show number 10 next Wednesday.
Yeah, next week's going to be a Tuesday? Busy week. Yeah.
Yep, show Wednesday, gig Thursday. Woo! So
and we'll be recording our shows next week, both Tuesday and Wednesday. So keep an eye out for possibly a live stream later of those performances.
Thanks
so
to
we're not going to
awesome technical director.
Yes. It'll be so great to run sound. I can't remember the last time I did because
I know. Do you remember how?
Yeah.
Stop it. Stop it.
I know you do. It's like riding a bike.
Riding a bike. I'm in a studio. I haven't played with our board in a while. Just my board right over here.
I think it's like the first load-in we did in 6 months.
We don't even have to load everything in though, because we have studio out.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
So
man, I'm gonna be so spoiled next year.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. All right, another one in the books.
Well, everybody be safe.
Yep, and we'll see you on Tuesday. I hope we'll see you Tuesday at the game.
Go to Facebook, check out the details, and like our page and like our YouTube page, please.
Yep.
Hey, secondhand soul fans.